I need you to stop everything you're doing right now. In the time it takes you to watch this video, your eyelids will have aged the equivalent of an hour compared to the rest of your face. That is not an exaggeration. That is basic math. Your eyelid skin is 0.3 millimeters thick. The skin on your cheek is 2 millimeters thick, and yet every single day your eyelids endure 15,000 mechanical stretches from blinking, constant UV bombardment through that paper-thin barrier, and a collagen degradation rate that is triple what happens anywhere else on your body. Your $50 eye cream is not fixing this. It cannot fix this. It sits on top of dead skin cells while the real destruction happens 2 layers beneath, where no cream has ever reached. I will call her Patricia. She is 68 years old, a retired flight attendant from Seattle, Washington. Patricia spent 35 years at 35,000 feet, where UV radiation is twice as intense as at ground level. By the time she came to see me, her eyelid skin was so thin and creased that she could barely apply eyeliner. The skin had lost so much elasticity that it simply folded over itself. She told me, "Dr. Allen, I do not recognize my own eyes anymore. I look in the mirror and I see my grandmother looking back at me. What I am about to share with you changed Patricia's life. It will change yours too. I am Dr. Allen Mandell, and I have spent over 4 decades studying how the human body builds, repairs, and regenerates its tissues. My research on angiogenesis, the science of how blood vessels grow, has been published in Science, the New England Journal of Medicine, and Nature Medicine. Today, I'm going to reveal why your eyelids are often the very first place to show the signs of aging, and it's not for the reasons most people believe. I'll explain what really happens beneath the surface as this delicate skin begins to thin, lose elasticity, and droop. Then I'll share 3 powerful, nutrient-rich foods that help nourish your eyelid skin from within, supporting healthy collagen, better hydration, and stronger skin structure. Finally, I'll walk you through a simple daily routine that can help restore firmness, improve elasticity, and support healthier-looking eyelids naturally. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what your eyelids need to stay stronger, smoother, and more youthful as you age. Drop a comment below and tell me your age and what frustrates you most about your eyelids. Do they crease when you apply makeup? Do they feel heavy by the end of the day? I read every single comment, and your experience matters to me. Before we dive into the science, I need you to hit that subscribe button. Every week, I share practical, science-backed, food-based solutions for your health and appearance after 60. Subscribe now so you never miss a single insight. Now, to understand how to fix your eyelids, you must first understand why they are failing, and the answer lies in a single shocking number. The skin on your eyelids is between 0.3 and 0.5 millimeters thick. Let me put that into perspective for you. The skin on your cheeks is approximately 2 millimeters thick. The skin on your forehead is about 1.5 millimeters. A single sheet of printer paper is 0.1 millimeter thick. Your eyelid skin is only 3 to 5 sheets of paper thick. It is the thinnest skin on your entire body, and it contains almost no subcutaneous fat. There is no cushion, no protective layer, just skin, muscle, and the eyeball beneath. Now, here is why this matters for aging. Every square millimeter of your skin contains collagen fibers, elastin fibers, and hyaluronic acid, the 3 structural components that give skin its firmness, its ability to stretch and snap back, and its hydration. When you are young, your eyelid skin, despite being thin, is dense with collagen. It is packed tight. The collagen fibers are organized in a strong basket weave pattern that resists stretching and sagging. But after the age of 40 and accelerating dramatically after 60, collagen production in your skin drops by approximately 1 to 1.5% every single year. Now, do the math. By age 60, you have lost 20 to 30% of the collagen in your skin. By age 70, you have lost 30 to 45%. And because your eyelid skin started with so little collagen to begin with, because it is only 0.3 to 0.5 millimeters thick, Even a 20% collagen loss is devastating. A 20% collagen loss on your cheek might be barely noticeable. The same 20% loss on your eyelid creates visible crepiness, sagging, folding, and that tissue paper texture that makes you feel like you have aged overnight. But collagen loss is only part of the story. The second mechanism that specifically targets your eyelids is something called elastin degradation. Elastin is the protein that allows your skin to stretch and then snap back into place. When elastin is healthy, you can pull on your eyelid skin gently and it immediately recoils when you let go. But with age, and especially with cumulative UV exposure, elastin fibers become fragmented. They break apart. They lose their ability to recoil. The result is skin that stretches but does not bounce back. It just stays stretched. This is what creates the hooded, drooping appearance of aging eyelids. And here is the third mechanism, the one that is unique to your eyelids and is almost never discussed. Your eyelids move constantly. Every single minute you blink 15 to 20 times. That is approximately 15,000 to 20,000 blinks per day. Over a year, that is over 7 million mechanical stretches of your eyelid skin. Over a lifetime, hundreds of millions of stretches. No other skin on your body undergoes this kind of relentless mechanical stress. It is like folding a piece of paper along the same line over and over again. Eventually, it creases permanently. Your eyelid skin creases the same way, and as collagen and elastin decline, those creases become deeper, more numerous, and irreversible unless you give your body the specific nutrients it needs to rebuild. This is where the three foods come in. Each one targets a different layer of eyelid aging. One rebuilds the collagen scaffold, one restores elastin recoil, and one rehydrates the tissue from the inside out, plumping the skin so those creases become less visible. Combined, they create what I call the eyelid restoration protocol. And the first food is so powerful that clinical studies have shown measurable increases in skin thickness, elasticity, and hydration in postmenopausal women who consumed it daily for just 12 weeks. All right, let's get into it. These are ranked from helpful foundational habits to the absolute game changers that deliver the most dramatic before and after transformations in my senior patients. The number one food for restoring aging eyelids is marine collagen peptides, and I need you to understand exactly what this is and why it is different from every other collagen product on the market. Collagen is not a single protein. There are at least 28 different types of collagen in the human body. Type 1 collagen is the dominant collagen in your skin, making up approximately 80 to 90% of dermal collagen. Type 3 collagen is also present in skin, particularly in the more delicate, thinner areas, exactly like your eyelids. Now, when you consume collagen supplements, you are consuming hydrolyzed collagen peptides, which are short chains of amino acids that your body can absorb and use as building blocks for its own collagen production, but not all collagen sources are equal. Bovine collagen, which comes from cowhides, is rich in type 1 and type 3 collagen. That sounds good, but marine collagen, which comes from fish skin and scales, has a critical advantage for eyelid skin specifically. Marine collagen peptides are smaller. They have a lower molecular weight than bovine collagen peptides. This means they are absorbed more efficiently through your intestinal wall and into your bloodstream. And they have a higher concentration of two specific amino acids that are essential for skin collagen, glycine and proline. Glycine makes up every third amino acid in the collagen triple helix. Without adequate glycine, your body literally cannot assemble new collagen molecules, no matter how much vitamin C or other cofactors you have. Proline is equally essential because it is a precursor to hydroxyproline, the amino acid that stabilizes the collagen triple helix through hydrogen bonding. Marine collagen delivers both glycine and proline in abundance. The clinical evidence for marine collagen peptides is compelling. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial published in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology studied the effect of marine collagen peptides on skin aging in women aged 45 to 65. The participants consumed 10 grams of hydrolyzed marine collagen daily. After 12 weeks, the collagen group showed a statistically significant increase in skin elasticity, a measurable increase in dermal density, that means thicker skin, and improved skin hydration compared to the placebo group. The improvements were most pronounced in the periorbital area. That is the area around the eyes, the eyelids. Another study, published in the journal Skin Pharmacology and Physiology, examined the effect of a specific type of hydrolyzed collagen known as collagen hydrolysate on skin wrinkles and dermal matrix synthesis. After 8 weeks, collagen supplementation significantly increased procollagen type 1 synthesis by 65%. Procollagen is the precursor molecule to mature collagen. A 65% increase in procollagen production means your body is actively building more collagen than it was before. And the study also found a significant increase in elastin synthesis by 18%. So, marine collagen is not just building collagen, it is also stimulating elastin production, which directly addresses the sagging and drooping of eyelid skin. Here is exactly how to use marine collagen peptides for your eyelids. Look for a product labeled hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides, also sometimes called hydrolyzed fish collagen. The therapeutic dose based on clinical research is 10 grams per day. This typically comes as a powder. One standard scoop is usually 10 grams, but check the label. You want a product that is third-party tested for heavy metals because fish can accumulate mercury and other contaminants. The powder dissolves easily in hot or cold liquids and has virtually no taste. Add it to your morning coffee, tea, smoothie, soup, oatmeal, or simply a glass of water. Take it every single day. Collagen synthesis is not a one-time event. Your body is constantly turning over collagen, breaking down old fibers, and building new ones. Consistent daily supplementation provides a steady supply of the amino acid building blocks your body needs to maintain a net positive collagen balance. And here is a critical detail. Marine collagen peptides are most effective when taken on an empty stomach or with a light meal. If you take them with a heavy protein-rich meal, the peptides compete with other proteins for absorption. Morning before breakfast or with just your coffee is ideal. Now, the second food targets a completely different aspect of eyelid aging, the loss of firmness and the deepening of those horizontal creases across the upper eyelid. And it works through a mechanism that most people have never heard of. The second food for restoring aging eyelids is macadamia nuts. And before you dismiss this as just another healthy nut, let me explain the unique biochemistry that makes macadamia nuts specifically targeted to eyelid skin. Macadamia nuts contain the highest concentration of palmitoleic acid of any food in the human diet. Palmitoleic acid is an omega-7 monounsaturated fatty, fatty acid. And palmitoleic acid has a very specific, very powerful effect on skin cells, specifically on the cells called fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are the cells in your dermis that produce collagen and elastin. They are the factories that build your skin's structural framework. As we age, fibroblast activity declines. The cells become less responsive to growth signals. They produce less collagen, less elastin, and less hyaluronic acid. This is partly due to oxidative damage, partly due to cellular senescence, and partly due to declining hormone levels. Palmitoleic acid has been shown to reactivate aging fibroblasts. It stimulates them to increase their production of both collagen and elastin. A study published in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology demonstrated that palmitoleic acid significantly increased procollagen production in human dermal fibroblasts. Another study published in Experimental Dermatology found that omega-7 fatty acids reduce the activity of matrix metalloproteinases. Those are the enzymes that break down collagen while simultaneously increasing the synthesis of new collagen. So like the grapeseed extract we discussed in a previous video, macadamia nuts simultaneously reduce collagen breakdown and stimulate collagen production. It is that dual mechanism again. But macadamia nuts provide something else that is essential for eyelid skin, squalene. Squalene is a lipid that is naturally produced by your own sebaceous glands. It is a major component of your skin's natural oil or sebum. Squalene acts as an emollient and an antioxidant. It keeps your skin soft, supple, and protected from oxidative damage. But squalene production declines dramatically with age. By age 60, your skin produces up to 60% less squalene than it did in your 20s. This is one reason why your skin feels drier and looks more crepey as you age. Macadamia nuts are one of the few food sources of squalene. When you consume them, the squalene is absorbed and incorporated into your skin's lipid barrier. It helps restore the skin's natural moisture and protects the delicate eyelid skin from environmental damage. For eyelid skin specifically, which has almost no sebaceous glands of its own, your eyelids do not produce oil like the rest of your face. Squalene from dietary sources becomes even more important. Here is exactly how to use macadamia nuts for your eyelids. Consume one small handful daily. That is approximately 1 ounce or 28 grams, which is about 10 to 12 whole macadamia nuts. They must be raw and unsalted. Roasted damages the delicate palmitoleic acid and squalene. The oils in macadamia nuts are predominantly monounsaturated, which makes them relatively stable, but roasting introduces oxidative damage that reduces their skin benefits. Eat them as a snack, add them to a salad, or chop them and sprinkle them on your morning oatmeal. Because palmitoleic acid is fat-soluble, consuming macadamia nuts with a meal that contains some fat, which they already provide themselves, enhances absorption. If you prefer macadamia nut oil, 1 tablespoon daily provides a concentrated dose. Look for cold-pressed, unrefined oil in a dark glass bottle. Do not heat it. Use it as a finishing oil drizzled over vegetables or salad. One important note, macadamia nuts are calorie-dense. 1 ounce contains approximately 200 calories. If you are watching your calorie intake, simply replace another snack with the macadamia nuts rather than adding them on top of your existing diet. The therapeutic dose of 1 ounce daily is sufficient to provide the skin benefits without contributing to weight gain. Now, the third food is the one that most people completely overlook, and yet it addresses the single most visible sign of eyelid aging. The loss of volume and plumpness that makes eyelid skin look papery, creepy, and hollow. The third food for restoring aging eyelids is organic bone broth made from fish bones. And I want to explain why this is different from the marine collagen peptides we discussed as food number 1, and why you need both. Fish bone broth contains something that isolated collagen peptides do not: a complex matrix of glycosaminoglycans, including hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, and glucosamine. While collagen provides the structural scaffolding of your skin, glycosaminoglycans provide the hydration and the volume. They are the water-holding molecules. Hyaluronic acid, in particular, is extraordinary. A single molecule of hyaluronic acid can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water. It creates a gel-like matrix in the spaces between your collagen and elastin fibers. This gel plumps the skin, smooths out fine lines and creases, and gives skin that youthful, dewy, hydrated appearance. Your eyelid skin, because it is so thin, shows hyaluronic acid loss more dramatically than any other area. When hyaluronic acid levels drop, and they drop by approximately 50% between age 40 and age 70, the skin literally deflates. It loses its plumpness. The collagen scaffold is still there, but the space between the collagen fibers, which should be filled with hyaluronic acid gel, becomes empty. This is what creates the tissue paper texture. The collagen fibers are present, but they are lying flat, not plumped up by the gel matrix that should surround them. Fish bone broth provides the raw materials your body needs to synthesize its own hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, and glucosamine. It is a rich source of proline and glycine, just like marine collagen, but it also contains the glycosaminoglycan precursors that isolated collagen powders lack. When you simmer fish bones, especially the bones, heads, and skin for an extended period, the glycosaminoglycans leach out of the cartilage and connective tissue into the broth. This creates a liquid that is rich in the very compounds your eyelid skin is desperate for. The clinical evidence for the skin benefits of collagen-rich broth is growing. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry analyzed the amino acid and glycosaminoglycan content of fishbone broth and found significant levels of bioavailable hyaluronic acid precursors, chondroitin sulfate, and types 1 and 2 collagen peptides. While direct clinical trials on bone broth and eyelid skin are limited, the biochemical rationale is solid, and the anecdotal evidence from my own patients is compelling. Here is exactly how to make and use fish bone broth for your eyelids. You want to use the bones, heads, and skin of wild-caught cold water fish, such as cod, halibut, salmon, or snapper. These fish have higher concentrations of the specific collagen types and glycosaminoglycans that benefit skin. Avoid farmed fish when possible, as they may contain antibiotic residues and lower nutrient density. Place the fish bones, heads, and skin in a large pot. Cover with filtered water. Add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. The vinegar is essential because the acid helps extract the minerals and glycosaminoglycans from the bones and cartilage. Add aromatics if you like: onion, garlic, celery, bay leaf. But these are optional. Bring to a boil, then reduce to a bare simmer. Simmer for 8 to 12 hours. The long, slow simmer is what extracts the maximum amount of collagen, gelatin, and glycosaminoglycans. Do not rush this. A 2-hour broth will not have the same therapeutic benefits. Once finished, strain the broth through a fine mesh strainer. Discard the solids. Let the broth cool. It should gel when refrigerated like a firm jelly. That gelling indicates a high gelatin and collagen content. If your broth does not gel, you likely used too much water relative to the bones or did not simmer long enough. Consume 1 cup, approximately 240 milliliters, daily. You can drink it warm as a savory beverage, use it as a base for soups and stews, or cook your grains in it instead of water. If making your own bone broth is not practical, you can purchase high-quality, shelf-stable fish bone broth from specialty food stores and online. Look for products that specify wild-caught fish, organic ingredients, and a long simmer time of 12 hours or more. Avoid products with added flavorings, preservatives, or vegetable oils. Now, let me bring all 3 foods together into the complete eyelid restoration protocol. This is the exact protocol Patricia followed, and this is the protocol that will restore thickness, elasticity, and firmness to your eyelid skin. Every morning on an empty stomach or with your morning coffee or tea, take 10 grams of hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides. Stir it into your beverage of choice. It dissolves completely and is virtually tasteless. Alongside this, eat 1 ounce of raw, unsalted macadamia nuts. These provide the palmitoleic acid and squalene that reactivate your fibroblast cells and restore your skin's lipid barrier. Every evening with or after your dinner, consume 1 cup of fishbone broth. Warm it gently on the stove. Do not boil it, as boiling can degrade some of the delicate glycosaminoglycans, and drink it as a savory, nourishing beverage. Alternatively, use it as the base for a light evening soup. That is the protocol. 3 foods, morning and evening. 12 weeks of consistency. Here is what you can expect. The first change most women notice, usually around week 3 to 4, is improved hydration. The eyelid skin begins to feel less dry, less papery. It feels slightly plumper to the touch. This is the hyaluronic acid and glycosaminoglycans from the bone broth beginning to take effect. By week 6 to 8, you should notice improved elasticity. When you gently pull on the eyelid skin, it should recoil more quickly. The crepiness should begin to soften. The horizontal creases should be less pronounced. By week 12, the cumulative effect of increased collagen density, restored elastin function, and rehydrated tissue matrix should be clearly visible. Patricia noticed the difference at week 8. She sent me a photograph of her eyes. The crepey texture was visibly reduced. The eyelid skin was measurably less hooded, and she had started wearing eyeshadow again for the first time in 5 years. Here is what to avoid while following this protocol. Number 1, avoid rubbing your eyes. Every time you rub your eyes, you are mechanically stretching that 0.3 millimeters thick skin. The friction and the pulling accelerate elastin breakdown and deepen the creases you are trying to smooth. If your eyes are itchy due to allergies, use preservative-free lubricating eye drops instead of rubbing. Number 2, avoid sleeping on your stomach or with your face pressed into the pillow. This compresses and stretches the eyelid skin for hours every night. Train yourself to sleep on your back. A silk or satin pillowcase also reduces friction if you do turn onto your side during sleep. Number 3, avoid harsh eye makeup removers. Many makeup removers contain alcohol and surfactants that strip the natural oils from your eyelid skin, leaving it drier and more fragile. Use a gentle oil-based cleanser or pure jojoba oil to remove eye makeup. Number 4, protect your eyelids from UV exposure. Wear large UV blocking sunglasses whenever you are outdoors during daylight hours. The eyelid skin, because it is so thin, is extremely vulnerable to UV-induced collagen and elastin breakdown. Do not rely on sunscreen alone on your eyelids. Many sunscreens can irritate the eyes. Physical protection with sunglasses is safer and more effective. Number 5, avoid smoking and secondhand smoke. Smoking reduces blood flow to the skin, degrades collagen, and creates oxidative stress that accelerates eyelid aging. The periorbital skin around the eyes is particularly vulnerable to smoke damage because the blood vessels are so close to the surface. Before I close, I want to say something directly to you. I know what it feels like to look in the mirror and feel like the person looking back is not you anymore. Your eyes are the center of your face. They are what people look at when they talk to you. They are what your grandchildren see when you smile at them, when your eyelids start to age, when they sag, when they crease, when they make you look tired and older than you feel. It affects something deep inside you. It is not vanity, it is identity. But your eyelid skin is living tissue. It has fibroblasts that can be reactivated. It has collagen that can be rebuilt. It has hyaluronic acid that can be replenished. You just need to give it the right raw materials. Marine collagen peptides for the collagen scaffold, macadamia nuts for the fibroblast activation and lipid barrier. Fishbone broth for the hyaluronic acid matrix and glycosaminoglycans. 3 foods, 12 weeks. The Eyelid Restoration Protocol. Patricia followed this protocol. 6 months later, she wrote me a letter. She said, and I am reading her exact words, Dr. Allen, last week, a woman at the grocery store asked me if I had gotten an eyelid lift. I told her no. I told her I changed what I eat. She did not believe me, but I know the truth. You gave me back my eyes. That is why this matters. That is why I do this work. I have seen this approach help many patients over the years. People in their 60s, 70s, and beyond who felt like they had lost their sparkle around their eyes start to regain it. It takes patience and consistency, but the results are worth it. Your body has carried you this far. With the right information and simple daily habits, it can carry you much further looking and feeling better than you thought possible. Start today. Get the ingredients, set up your simple routine, and watch what happens over the next few weeks. Come back to the comments and let me know your progress. Tell me how your eyelids are feeling and looking. I am here cheering you on because I know how much this matters. If this information helped you today, please give the video a thumbs up, share it with a friend or family member who might benefit, and subscribe so you never miss future videos on natural ways to support your health and vitality. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. I am Dr. Alan Mandell, wishing you and your family the very best of health. I will see you in the next video.